Hey, what's up, Two Shoes fans? Welcome back, everybody. First of all, I know, I'm sorry. All right, I said I'm gonna be posting these regularly, and it's been like 2 weeks since my last video. The business is picking up. I've been busy. I fell down the stairs. There's so many things going on right now, but I promise you guys, I'm trying to keep these things regular. I'm gonna try to get them out once a week. I got enough guests already in the books for the next 4 weeks, and then I got guests booked coming up, etc., etc., etc. So we got plenty of content coming up for you, and I'm gonna get more regular with it. I'm gonna stop being a little bitch. I'm gonna get to the editing shit, and I'm gonna post these goddamn videos, and that's that. So aside from all that, let's get into this episode. This week's guest is a good buddy of mine, Jamie Aird. Jamie is one of the first people I met in the comedy industry, business, whatever you want to call it, at open mics. He's always been a good friend to me. You can call him a Cape comic, but he can be found doing comedy all over the place. He's done sets in New York, Boston. He actually, I believe, if it wasn't for COVID, was going to be going to Europe to do a show for a couple nights. But we have a real fun conversation. We talk some shit to each other as per usual on this show. It was a good time, so I hope you guys enjoy.
And that's how we start the podcast. Let's go.
You started off this episode by going, I'm not old.
Repping for the zombie apocalypse, and we're prioritizing
PlayStations first.
PlayStation.
This is why we're gonna die first.
Did I just get the golden fucking touch?
And then I have to explain to you websites.
You did.
That's what the Texas butthole tickler used to say when he ran away.
Trunchbull.
All right, good pull.
Was she?
What the fuck did you do?
Dicks.
And Rich is fucking full-blown making out with this lady.
Quality content.
Hey,
It's kind of a darker atmosphere. Eventually, I want to get, what's it called? The
What's
thing?
what called?
Well, the thing.
Oh,
that you
the
have.
soft box?
A soft box.
Yes, a
That
soft
definitely
box.
sounds like a production thing.
Definitely
Have you heard
is.
of an Apple box before?
No,
So
I have not.
an Apple box is a production term in film. It's like when you got a short person, but they're too short for the frame. They make them stand on a box because you can't see their feet. Like they do that a lot. It's like those tricks of editing. They make someone look taller than they
Yeah.
are because they'll do a low angle, or they make someone look.
I would always thought they did like elevator boots. That's different.
Well, it's a term because I'm sure back in the fucking 20s or whenever the fuck film started.
yeah, because
They used actual
Apple
box.
used to be in a box.
Yeah, it used to
They
come
used to-
in crates.
Yeah, sure.
So it's like one of those production terms, Apple boxes. I wonder where softbox came from.
Makes the lights off, and it's like a box.
It's shaped like a box.
Yes, and it makes the
the
light
paper
soft.
on it soft.
Yeah, it softens the light. I guess the paper on it.
For sure.
I'm hoping it's that freaking logical. Nothing else into it. Color soft. Even though,
Well, anyway, I need to get your softbox as well.
yes,
I
will give you my soft box.
I need to get a
stature.
piece of Jamie's box, Andy. Some of that. I need to get some of that good soft box.
Wait, what's the name of this podcast? If you haven't,
I really hope I just didn't stain my white shirt with
You-
fucking Twisted Tea, dude.
you
I'm
did not.
sorry. I'm gonna answer your question.
What's the name of this podcast?
Well, it's had about 11 names up until recently.
Should call it softball.
So the first episode
Yeah.
with Ani and Irish, I was calling it See No Evil.
What?
See No Evil?
See no evil.
No, I'm sorry. Speak No Evil.
Speak no evil.
Yeah. Because it's just fucking...
What are you
know.
goth?
No, it's, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, play on words.
I
'cause
know, but the last movie I saw with See No Evil was fucking Kane like plugging people's eyes out. You watch that movie?
Kane, the
wrestler. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He was acting recently in a movie.
It wasn't recent. That movie was what, 2000 and probably 8, 7, something
He
like
was
that.
the bad guy.
Yeah, he was.
So
He
was
was,
the,
he was a serial killer or something like that.
was
People
something
in this
like-
house. Yeah.
He's a big motherfucker.
I've
dude.
met him. My aunt works.
He is huge. We saw him, dude. Andy, look at him. He's on the Google shit, man. He's heard us talking about fucking Kane. He's already googling, dude. Andy's like, oh, I'm not. I don't know. He's calling me the producer, but I don't know. I'll just say he's already producing the shit out of this episode.
and he's a
dude.
great freaking producer.
Yeah, for those of you watching at home, you could probably see the screen reflecting
Isn't
on Jamie's face, but
that's different. It's not.
he's got Orson Welles.
Wait.
Because we typed in Kane, so Citizen Kane is coming up.
First one that
There
came
you
up.
go. Kane WWF is probably the best way to do it. Kane WWE.
Yeah,
But
that's the one.
we went to
See no evil.
I believe so. It was back in the heyday when either Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock was the champ, and we went to see them at what was then the TD Garden. No, I think it was the Fleet Center.
Is
at
this
that
in
time.
Connecticut?
No, this is Boston Garden.
In Boston. Okay.
But it was the new one. It was called the Fleet Center at the time.
Got it. I'm still very confused in how they become
A garden.
no, like a champ in wrestling.
Oh,
I'm still
you
like
beat-
how they
Well, it's all
do it.
fucking
Like
arranged. It's like
No,
the
I
hottest
know.
star, and they're like, "You're gonna fucking be the guy right now."
Because all right, when I was
And
a
then
kid,
they arrange a match where you're gonna lose to the second hottest guy or the villain or whoever.
when I was a kid, The Rock
not
was my
real.
the Rock. I know The Rock was my favorite wrestler. I swear to God.
He was the man.
But the thing is, he would always run away.
What do you beat?
A lot of the time, he runs away. He runs out the ring, or he gets killed. He always like if someone
Hey.
is too big for him, he runs out.
He's
so I
a
always wonder-
survivor. That's why he's got swole, dude. You see The Rock now? He run away from nobody. That dude's fucking. He's like twice. If you look at comparisons of like The Rock in his WWE days versus The Rock now, when he
He's
started
huge,
getting
man.
on that crazy testosterone, dude, he's like twice the fucking size.
Have you seen his cheat day? What he eats?
Yeah,
he's like 1,000 pounds of ice cream. And like a whole bunch of like,
that stack of
like
pancakes
cakes and
is,
shit.
That
like,
stack of pancakes is what looks appealing to me, dude. I get a stomach ache. When I eat pancakes, I eat so many pancakes, I get a stomach ache.
I get people say it makes no sense that I like high up pancakes, but I don't think that. I like high up pancakes.
IOP pancakes?
Yeah. I don't know why people think that it's such a shitty pancake. I don't think so. Why would it be in, why would it exist for this long if it's a shitty pancake?
I used to think Jamie didn't smoke weed. I thought he was like the only Jamaican that didn't smoke weed for some reason.
I don't, Mom. I promise.
Wait, would that be like sacrilegious or something in your family?
I don't. They're mostly smoke. I don't really like.
The Rock's cheat day, dude. Look, cookies, chocolate chip cookies. This motherfucker don't mess around, dude. Look at that stack of pancakes. That's no joke.
The Rock. For years, people was confused about what race he was until he got an Instagram. So now we know he's black and Somalian.
He's Samoan, man.
Samoan and black. Somalian and black.
He's Somalian.
Because his dad is black and his mom.
He's Somalian.
I don't know what the hell is it.
It's Samoan.
It's what?
There's Somalian
Somalian.
and then Samoan, and I feel
Samoan?
like you kind of put those two together.
All right, man. There's a lot of words I can't pronounce, so prepare for that.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. There's a lot of words that you can pronounce that we can't understand too. When Jamie gets mad, he really goes hard into the patois.
Well, I can't speak English.
Yeah,
though, man.
you're very.
Have you ever seen a Spanish person speak English when they get mad, or anybody who has another language?
No, it's hilarious. I thought it was
because once you get angry, you go to your comfort language.
when I first knew you, though, you didn't really speak much patois at all until we went to go get the rug for the fucking show.
I got mad.
And you were getting all mad about some shit. You hung up the phone and you were like, "These Ross Claude, I'm on fucking. I didn't mean I don't know." What did you say?
I was already-
remember you saying you're like,
I was already pissed that
I don't
day.
know. I don't know.
I
You were
was
fucking
already
pissed.
just pissed that day. But it is a thing though. Whenever someone gets angry, you go back to the language that you're most comfortable in. Like if you get like
Yeah.
super angry, it was that.
which
so,
me is like borderline tears, just yelling incoherently, not making any sense. Yeah, at the time, like just
God.
rage, dude. Yeah, whatever.
Yes, it's
So hey,
freaking great.
there were two things we have to get back to here. We're talking about
What's the name of your
What's the name of
podcast?
my podcast? It's
skip
Woody.
that like a motherfucker.
Speaking of which,
shout out to Brianna Woodward. She literally just sent me the finalized logo. I got my logo.
Oh, you got your logo?
Yeah, I'm gonna show it. I'll show it to you.
Word, man.
But it's because I had a very specific look, what I wanted it to look like.
Shout out to her and hustling,
dude,
man. She's a hustler.
She really is good though at what she does. And I was like being super picky about it too. Like she had one look, and I was like, oh, I kind of want it to look a different way. Is that all right? And I was being like real picky about the
I
different
like
versions.
this. It looks exactly like how you would dress.
That's the idea. It's supposed to, you know.
My goodness, man.
But yeah, she fucking nailed it. Absolutely, for sure. Got the beer, got the joint. I mean, it's got everything it needs. So shout out to Brianna. Hopefully
Wait a
she'll
minute.
come on.
Wait,
the
did it
podcast.
show the name? No, that didn't show a name a while ago.
Yeah. It says the name right over the top of it. It's even got
Woody
the
Two Shoes.
it's even got the shoes hanging from the two, like the drug spot.
All I was looking at was the freaking just picture of you, and I forgot to look.
Dude,
at
I'm
the freaking
telling you
name,
that
Woody Two
check
Shoes.
that out. The shoes hanging from the two, like the
Yeah.
drug spot, is the key. That's like everything. And she fucking nailed it, dude. It looks great. So that's the name. Now you asked about IHOP pancakes.
Yes, I wasn't asking about it. I was just telling you that I like IHOP pancakes.
Probably eaten at IHOP twice in my life, maybe once ever. So I don't even remember what they taste like, but what I do remember, I think I didn't like dislike them.
So what? So you
We're
just
talking
make your
about-
own pancakes?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
So you don't go nowhere else? Even
No, I
flippers?
don't. It's
Flappies? Is it flippers or flappers? Flappers. Flappies?
I don't know what it is,
don't
but I
fucking
know that I'm like the pickiest eater in the world, and
Are you sure, man?
Oh yeah.
I've seen your diet.
Yeah, everybody
the
knows,
biggest eater?
dude. You
I've
got
seen
some-
your diets.
I will crush a bag of goldfish right now, dude. I'm not fucking around when it comes to that shit, dude. I eat snacks basically. Is
I
my
don't
thing.
know, man. You're the only person I see eat like cereal for dinner. Like
I had 2 bowls of fucking Honey Nut Cheerios last night for dinner. As a matter
Exactly.
of fact, dude. That
exactly.
drink. I'm the only. I had a joke. I tried to do this joke recently,
What was it?
which was like, you ever, because the milk is so delicious at the end of Cheerios. The punchline was essentially like, I'll pour. I just wanted to tell this whole setup to try to get to this one stupid punchline, which was, I'll make like 3 or 4 bowls of cereal depending on how thirsty I am. Like, it was a stupid joke because like drinking the milk is so delicious. Like, I'll make more bowls just to get the milk more saturated with that flavor, so I can just chug half a bowl of Honey Nut Cheerio flavored milk.
I think I would need to hear the whole entire joke to understand that. It's probably off my whole
I
video.
pretty much just broke it down. What even was there not to understand? It's the joke is essentially it's like
maybe I'm overthinking it.
it's a stupid joke. I don't eat the bowl of cereal because I'm hungry. I eat the bowl of cereal because I'm thirsty. Have you ever?
Got it,
The
got
punchline was sometimes I'll eat 3 or 4 bowls of cereal depending. That makes more sense.
Got it. I can't believe you said. So wait, where did you go try using this joke? I haven't been
Askew.
out to do
Well,
any
that's what I was going to
comedy in a
ask you
long
about.
time.
Oh, you could have been going to Providence. Askew's been. She doesn't give a fuck, dude. She's doing underground shows, basically. It's like dude. I feel like it's Prohibition, and we're doing comedy at speakeasies. I swear to God, because she's got like this. I feel like I shouldn't be even saying this.
We'll talk about it off here. I see, but
Oh, we'll talk about it off
But hold
air.
on though. But comics are still putting up Ask You saying that. Oh, this we're here to ask you. Like I still see like
Yeah.
like people putting up like
But
videos of people there,
within the
pictures
last
and
like
stuff
2
there.
weeks, though, when they went into that, it's like another pause, as
I
they
just,
call it.
I
So-
just saw Chris on Instagram put up. He's doing some jokes there.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. This
Well, I guess
is this
trying to
week.
keep it that low key. People just trying to stay fucking open.
I know. I've never been to Ask You at all. Like never been there. I don't go to Providence like to that much really, because
I didn't either. I was more of a Boston goer, but Providence is fun.
I like there and stuff like that, dude. But right now in the pandemic, dude, most of the time the reason why I don't mind hustling for comedy and doing it because I love it and stuff like that.
Don't
right?
feel like it feels like what's the point though right now?
That's the thing. It's always like because the opportunity is not really about money. Money can come or whatever, but
I'm
I
not
want
trying
to
to
get
make
to
money,
bigger
yeah.
stage. I want to meet other people who's
Do
going to make that
time,
connection.
Get better.
Exactly.
Just make
And
a
go
step,
through and stuff.
make a couple of steps. Well, shit, you were about to go to fucking Europe, weren't you?
Yeah,
And then the
fucked, dude.
pandemic fucked all of that up.
Dude, I did the Comedy Cellar, and then I did
How many Jamaican comedians are there in the world?
a lot of them.
Are there?
But
If you,
they
like,
don't.
Google-
But they do just international stuff. They don't do like the U.S. They do like one demographic would be like just the Caribbean. I don't want to
Yeah.
be
So they're
Caribbean.
doing it to their own demographic,
exactly,
basically.
so they don't have to speak
Yeah,
English.
you're
or
trying to
nothing.
do jokes to fucking waspy.
exactly.
I mean, you're going. I've seen.
I'm trying
you
to be
in
like-
Boston.
I'm trying- exactly,
In
I'm-
Wokeville. I've seen you.
There is
all
another
sorts of
Jamaican
different
comic
places.
in Boston. Never met him before, but Big D and all of them has met him, but I've never met him.
Okay, I didn't know if they existed. I was like,
The
are
reason-
you an anomaly? Is like,
No, the reason why I haven't met him, if you go to New York, you'll see a couple. But the reason why I haven't met him, either you guys haven't, because you guys don't do black shows, and that's what he does.
I want to do a
mostly.
black show.
Huh?
You're like, you guys don't do black shows. I don't do any
I'm
shows.
not
I don't get
saying-
booked
no,
on
no,
any
no.
show, but I
No.
would love to do a black show.
I'm not saying you guys have never been to to a lot of.
I have a great joke lined up for a black show, and I'm sure if a white guy hasn't done this at a black show, then I'm sure this
I
has
think
already
you
been
need
done.
to watch a couple white guys that do black shows.
I don't care. You
and
know
make
I
sure
don't
that
give a
at the borderline and certain stuff.
You know I don't care. Just throw me into the fire. I'll bomb. Whatever.
No,
But
it's not even that. It's just that. Black
Think-
crowd are very skeptical.
Think I'm gonna get
They're
beat
hard
up?
crowd.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll boo fuck it. Dude,
I will charm the pants off of those people.
Do you know why the Apollo is so infamous?
Yeah. But also you get to a certain point where you have a reputation uphold, so people go there knowing like I'm gonna go out of my way to fucking
I can't
boo.
remember this comic name, and she came. I think she did Conan. She went and did the Apollo, and she got booed there. She did a joke and sorry they got booed there. And she went and cried. She was crying and got off the stage.
That's probably the toughest room in the
Hold
world.
on, though. But she went on the train.
Yeah.
She was driving. She
killed
was
herself.
crying.
She jumped in front of the train.
No, she was going
Poor
home.
girl.
You know, it's New York. Going home, train and stuff. And she was crying. And a dude asked her, like, yo, are you okay? What's wrong? She's like, nothing. You know, just had a bad night. It was like, you had a bad night? What happened? It was like, nothing really. I just had a show. And it was like, yo, were you shorty on the stage? I did that joke? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, boo.
Oh, on the train too. Poor girl.
And then a whole bunch of them was like, and he said this shit, like, he called her friends and was like, yo, it's shorty. And started booing her. I was like,
On
that's the Apollo.
speakerphone.
That's the
He
Apollo.
put his friends on speakerphone. Like,
No, they were on the train also. That's the thing, though. When you do a bad show and you go to the green room, you got to sit there. You got to wait. You're waiting for the show to over or something like that.
I'd go straight home. Oh, because you got to get paid.
Exactly. Depends on how far you go. You know, you're trying to wait for your payment or trying to
At that
wait
point,
for
you got to
something.
have like a person, some people, or at least one guy. I'd be like, tell my manager, I'd be like, hey, I'm fucking going home. Can you collect the check?
But even sometimes you just like waiting or something. Maybe the promoter for the show, he goes like, "Hey, can you just he wants to talk to you." You don't want to mess up business in that aspect, especially if you fuck up. you want to go like, "Hey," because they know it happens. The biggest of the biggest still will mess up a night and shit like that. But that was just awful. But the Apollo, you can go on the Apollo now. You just go register.
Yeah, I'll wait till I'm a little more fucking seasoned, I think's the word.
But you have to remember which Apollo. Right? You have the clean show Apollo with Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
And then you have the dirty one.
I would definitely try to do the dirty show for sure. I mean, I don't think I'm a clean comic. I can work clean.
I
was
work
saying
clean,
that,
but I'm
like,
not a big clean.
I don't even consider myself a comic. So,
well, it's the thing
until I
is
get
you
booked.
can if you're doing it. Whatever. I don't think you should. It's the comedian, I guess. Like the
I
older
tell
ones
people
have
I
a
do
problem with.
comedy.
If you say you're a comedian, like the older one, that's what they have a problem with if you're not in it for like a long time.
Yeah.
But saying you're a comic to them is like a start. That's the start.
I
Like,
say
if
I
you're
do
doing
comedy.
mics,
I tell
if you're
people I
doing
do.
shows.
Yeah, I tell people I do comedy. It's just the way I phrase it to makes me feel. Whatever. It's my insecurities.
call it
it's
what?
my own insecurities.
Or they
like,
call it what? An open
fucking-
mic comic.
yeah. Well, I don't say I'm an open mic
That's
comic
what-
either, because that's
you go to
kind of
Boston,
demoralizing.
but that's
Like,
what they say.
yeah,
Oh,
that
you're
like
open
no,
mic
that
comic?
just fucking that just reaffirms my insecurities. Like I want to try to like avoid them and just whatever, just kind of put up that little facade. Like yeah, I do comedy occasionally. Like yeah, I'm not a comic. I don't consider myself a comic, but
First
I
of all-
do comedy.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I would only look down upon you if you did like a comedy class and paid $250, $350 for that stupid ass class. I don't, you know, I don't want to judge people. There's people that've
Only
done it
knowing
and
what
come
I-
out and good
yeah.
for it. It just doesn't make. There's a virtual one now.
I've just heard enough professionals like shit on comedy classes
I've seen
and just say that the only people who do comedy classes are comics that didn't make it.
what's this called? New York. What's the place called again? So there's a comedy club in New York, man. And he kept sending me emails and shit about comedy classes, showing me videos about the class with like people doing stand up. I'm like, that's so fucking weird. It's just awkward just to be in a class or thinking you can teach comedy, but because it doesn't make no sense.
It's not one specific thing.
It's a talent and it's a hard talent and it's something that you have to work on. It's not really a class, especially a 6-week class.
Well,
But you're going to learn
like,
something.
It's almost like Picasso teaching an art class, and he's teaching people how to paint his style, and then everybody coming out of that class thinks that like because Picasso's the man, that's how what art is, and that's how you're supposed to paint. That's not fucking what it is, dude. There's so many styles, and it's an art form. And
That's what I'm
art
about to
is,
say.
It's everything.
That's what I'm about to say. I get it. Okay, so you can do shows and be funny and maybe get out shows if you mimic someone, but you're never gonna be at the same level if you're not unique to yourself. You can be like someone, but there has to be something that's
That's the
different.
truth that
Exactly.
people always talk about in comedy. Like, and the audience, it knows when you're lying or not. And they don't mean literally lying. Like, you can make up a lie, but if it's like, if the whatever the fucking core of that joke is not like your perspective on that, and you're just like, it's not
Exactly.
truthful, and they know you're full of shit. They smell that bullshit.
I always tell people, dude, I've heard the two same jokes. Literally sat and heard the two same jokes from two different people, and they didn't steal the joke from each other because people can write like from the same. And
collective
and I
consciousness.
swear to you, dude, I laugh. There's one that doesn't, and I laugh, and one that doesn't, and I don't. And it's not like I've heard one from different. It's just a difference in how that person tells it, in his perspective and how he does it, basically. And I've seen that. This is why a lot of times when I see them put up stuff, it says like I know people steal joke. I get it. I know that, fact. But a lot of the times, dude, it is really, some of the time, it is really people think alike.
Yeah, that's a real thing, dude.
But yeah.
Could you shut that window? I feel like the car's driving by. I forgot to shut that window. Just hit that when you get a chance. All right. This is a good spot because this is in the back of my head, and I'm not going to be able to fucking not stop thinking about it unless I get over it. I have to go back to pancakes for a second. I'm sorry. I have to go back to fucking pancakes for a second.
Let's get off the comedy.
And then we're just
comedy
gonna hit
trail
these
back to
pancakes real
pancake.
quick, and then maybe we'll talk about that fucking watch because that thing is serious.
I've seen this watch how many times?
I don't know. I don't think we've
Yes,
ever
you
talked
have.
about it.
We never talked.
Well, you have more than one watch though, don't you?
Yeah, I have a lot of watches.
Exactly.
But you've seen this one.
Well, maybe I have. I don't know. I just really started noticing it, so we'll talk about it. But pancakes.
Go to pancakes.
All right, the best pancakes. My mother used to make the best pancakes, and I think that's why I never used to like pancakes from restaurants. They're just they don't really. I don't know. There's something about texture. I don't know what it is. Never really liked them. She always made them fluffy too. Perfect. It was always Bisquick. But she always used milk instead of water. Like you're supposed to use milk with the old school Bisquick style. They got the new like Bisquick jugs though, and you just put water. You just add water, shake the shit up. Pancakes. Like it takes you 3 minutes. It takes you 30 seconds to shake the thing, and depending on how hot the griddle is before you
Is there milk
you hit
powder in it already
you
or
could
something?
have pancakes inside of 5 minutes. It looks exactly like Bisquick mix, but the old Bisquick used to add eggs and milk or whatever the mixture is, and then you'd mix it up, and then you'd fucking have, and you put it in like a fucking container, and you'd have your shit. This is already in the container, and it's got the handle so you can shake it. So it says add however many cups of water. I add milk. That's the trick. Instead of water, add milk. They are the best fucking pancake. If you like pancakes, I'm telling you right now, listen to me, people. Which,
pancake,
by the way, this episode is sponsored by Bisquick. Get their pre-made Bisquick fucking
Bisquick,
ad. It
Bisquick
says
and Tito's.
Yep. Add it says add like 2 1/3 cups of water. Add milk, and you're gonna have the best pancakes in the fucking world. So
Very
anyway,
surprised how passionate you are about pancakes, to be honest. But yeah,
certain specific.
specific.
I just had a stroke, I think,
Yeah.
in the middle of this podcast. Certain things, when I really enjoy them, I get very animated and passionate about it.
I know you've told me your sex stories.
Like my old boss doesn't even really play. Oh my
You
God,
slept with
dude,
your
I fucking had half a Tito's, and I'm
slept-
talking like a 5-year-old. Real.
You slept with your old boss? This is
No,
story?
my old
Okay,
boss.
go.
This is not a sex story. This is a speaking passionately on things story. My old
Sex
boss.
stories are passionate.
Not a video game guy at all, or even a weed guy. But he's like, he had like free time one weekend. He's like, I want to smoke weed and play video games. What should I do or get? Like, and I was like, oh, dude, are you kidding me? Go get Ghost Recon, because I was just all into this game, Ghost Recon at the time, Wildlands. And I fucking like a salesman. That was the day I realized I could be a good salesman if, I was selling a product I believed in. Because, dude, he was like, all right. And then I just remember 2 days later, I got a text from his girlfriend. It was a picture of him shirtless with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth, and Ghost Recon on the screen in front of him. And she was just like, thanks, Woody, like exclamation point, because he was like all in on that shit for a couple weekends.
Glad his girlfriend's texting you. Thanks, Woody.
She was like,
So he,
well, we're all in this, we're all in the
No, I
same
know,
circle
I'm
of friends. And
but
she was just like,
did you solve it though? Because I feel like I felt like if you had told him, if anybody was there, just said maybe Mortal Kombat, he would have, because he was in a moment of just like, no, fuck it, I just want to do this.
well, of course, anybody, but he wanted to get in, like, deep into a game. And he plays Madden, it's like not like he doesn't play video games, but he doesn't really play shooters. And the suggestion just came out. I was like, all right, dude. I was like, it's not really, it's a shooter. It's not your style of game, but I'm telling you, it's fun as fuck. I don't know.
I'm still not a fan of shooter games ever since I was a kid. The only shooter game I played was freaking James Bond on 64. That was about it.
I feel like you try to take that away from me, that thing I had, because I feel like I sold him that game, and you were like, oh, well, anybody could have just
No, because
suggested
no,
anything to
it's
him,
not
but
that.
then-
No, it's not that.
I had that was my moment, dude.
All right,
I had a little moment. You kind of took that away from me a little bit. I feel like,
The thing is, you said that you think you could be a good salesman.
yeah.
I'm just trying to say,
I
don't
agree
weigh
with
it.
you. Yeah, I
Don't
didn't
weigh
really-
it with just that.
Dude, that was like a guy like come to the car
Exactly.
dealership was like, I got 30 grand. What's good around here? And I was
Exactly.
like, oh, dude, I'll tell you what, get into this bad boy.
Hey, it's the easy. First of all,
Yeah,
if you
it's like
can't
the
close
easiest-
that sale,
Yes,
that makes no sense.
Exactly. So okay, it was
I used to knock on people's door and sell lawn service. Did I tell you that?
no. Who did like?
Were
Were you
call it on Cape Cod when
were
I was a teenager?
Did you work for Scott's or
Scott Lawn Service.
you worked for Scott's?
I worked there for
Just a salesman?
in college. No, so I did the lawn.
You
I
did treatments also?
I did treatments for 1 year.
Here, my best friend used to work at Scott's.
So for 1 year, my first college summer, I went there, and I was working at Radio Shack also. So for one of the year, I worked at Scott Lawn Service, and I did the treatments and stuff like that. And when I came back the other year, some guy from the military, I guess he came back because they have a lot of those people, and they were like, "Oh, they're on the spot. Do you want to do sales until we have another spot we can put you back on over or whatever the thing is?" I'm like, "Sure." So I freaking did sales. Awful. But it's pretty awful. But I sold stuff though.
Speaking of my best friend in Scott's, he essentially got me a job there. It was like a lock. I did the interview, but it's like, you're Josh's boy. I crushed it. I mean, I did good with the interview. Like, I'm
Who
personable.
interviewed you? Was it this?
Mike.
Oh, I know Mike. Mike
Mike
cuts my
Rogers.
lawns. Yeah, he cut my lawns right now. Still, he doesn't work. They're gone.
Yeah.
but he has his own.
Mike Rogers is a cool dude.
Yeah.
I think I played hockey with him once or twice.
Mike looks like he plays hockey.
Oh, yeah, he's for sure.
This is cool.
But Josh got me the interview, basically got me the job. All I had to do was pass the drug test. Didn't smoke for 2 weeks prior to the drug test. and then smoked a day before with Jake Sexton. Just like typical, shoot myself in the foot.
How did
Thatcher.
you pass the drug test?
What? I didn't. I failed it. I didn't get the fucking job, dude. It was one of the most embarrassing moments in my entire life, dude. Are you fucking kidding
But
me?
even that smoking for 2 weeks wasn't probably gonna make you pass either, especially if
No,
you're an avid smoker.
because someone was like, "There's the drink, like or the pill or whatever." But instead of fucking getting the thing I was supposed to get and doing it way ahead of time, doing my I
You know
smoked
what?
the day before. I panicked. I went to GNC, got this random shit that made my piss electric yellow. So I bet you even if I did pass the drug test, when I pissed, the lady goes, she said, so have you been taking a lot of vitamins or anything? And I was like, I panicked and I didn't know. I was like, I feel like if I had answered yes, they might have been like, well, I guess he's just on a lot of vitamins. That's why it's showing up, whatever. But so even if I
would've picked
passed,
up the
they're probably
THC.
like, he clearly, well, if he's not taking vitamin, he obviously took that fucking drink because his piss is like green. It was like neon
You
green.
know what the crazy
dude.
thing is though? Almost everyone there smoked.
Well, yeah, but you just have to pass the fucking drug test so that they can send the paperwork to or whatever.
But the thing is, what you want to do is you got to drink a lot. If you had maybe kept for the week and then that day you
I
drink
drank
like
so
a lot,
much water. I fucking threw up twice.
not
dude.
the water, man. Like the same with electrolyte, so you can cover the pee.
In 20, whatever. I was a retard. I don't
Yeah.
know what the fuck I was doing. But it led me to where I'm at right now, which is great. Like you know what I mean?
You got
It's
it
one
with
of those
instructions?
things. Like in the moment, it was super embarrassing. I fucking shot it's typical. Like, my aunt said it. Like, we've diagnosed me with like a fear of success almost, to where anytime things start going well, I find a way to like fuck it up or just like totally just stop doing it or whatever. That's why
Yeah.
it's important to me to stay consistent with this. Not that it's successful, but it's a thing I said I was going to do and I'm doing. It's one of those
Exactly.
things where it's like, dude, follow through on shit.
Exactly.
So that was
Man,
a bummer though.
we'd have
I'm a
been-
fucking pothead,
we'd have-
dude. It's literally been the fucking like the crux.
we'd
It's
have been.
the- yeah.
It's freaking amazing.
Anybody who knows me is watching this like, yeah, no shit, dude. It's like, oh, but I never used to admit it. But like, oh, I'm not a fucking pothead, dude.
God damn it, you missed the chance. We could have been the Scott Lawn service.
I like smoking weed. It was a great job, dude.
Oh yeah, man. I never liked the sales, part of it. That's how I met my friend.
6 paid
Up till
days,
now,
six sick days, but then you get like 1 day a month. For every like month you work, you get another paid day off. So you essentially get 2 weeks paid vacation, sick days that you can use paid.
Dude.
Christmas through like New Year's off paid. Incentives, bonuses. It was an amazing. I can actually see it now because you got the thing there,
Dude.
so I know.
The sales were freaking great, dude. I remember I did a freaking, I remember when I was doing the sales, man, and if you do good at the sales, you make money.
Yeah.
Because I remember one of the time I got like, and this is like 1 week paycheck, and I got like $1,500 for the first time. I was like 18 years old. I'm like, I don't know what to do with it.
My buddy was
I've never
always-
met that much. So I'm like, so I
Was
gave my
they
mom.
make it like a competition and a game. So like if you're in the top whatever, like you get those incentives at the end of the year also. And so Josh was always in the top 3. Some years he was in the top guy, like the top earner, and so you get those extra bonuses at the end of the year. And then like he was at a point where he realized like you're essentially running your own small little lung company. It's attached to this name. You got to do the sales. You're fucking doing all the sales calls. You're meeting with all the customers. You're doing all the treatments. You're doing all the fucking billing.
I hated cold calls. I hated door knock, but I hated cold calls more.
You know, it's funny. I was like, I'd be a good salesman. I tried sales once. My buddy Chris, rest in peace, actually just died in a motorcycle accident. But he had me working at the kiosk in the mall at Sprint, and you basically had to just like cat call people, dude.
sold
You have
Sprint
to
too.
just be like, hey, come here, whatever. And I was so embarrassed to just be like, I know these people don't want to fucking talk to me, but
Because man, I sold Sprint at Radio Shack too. Well, I sold every one of them: Sprint, Verizon, and AT&T. All that shit, dude. You see, I'm not even that old, but yet that kind of, what do they call it? Like, it just showed that I worked at Radio Shack because Radio Shack
worked
has
a
been
lot of
like
different
closed
jobs?
down. Actually, Radio Shack was my first job ever. Like first job ever.
right, ready?
When I was a teenager.
Beginning to now,
Yeah.
name every job you've had. We're not going to discuss them. We're just going to go through the list because we have a segment we got to get into right now.
So the first job that I've ever had is Radio Shack, Scotland Service. Then right during Scotland Service, I started working. Say I graduated college. I started working for what the fuck was their name? It's a security company. Oh my goodness, man! What the name of that security company?
You were a security guard.
I was a security guard at a beach with a bunch of white women.
Nice. Okay, that must have been dope.
Yeah, I was being this other black dude. We didn't do shit, but they wouldn't pay us either.
Okay.
But so it's one of those weird jobs that I worked at for a little bit moment. So I did that, and then I had my paramedic license during college. I'm like, I just gotta, I gotta get a freaking job as a paramedic. So I started working for like freaking for Coastal. That I stopped. Coastal sucked. Coastal was brand new then, like just brand new company.
Yeah. That's my friend's company.
Oh,
Alex is a friend
how
of
many
mine.
people is friends with this guy?
He's one of those good old. Well, he's not a good old boy. He's young. He's in his 20s. But
know.
so like his family's Greek. He's got a big Greek family.
Yeah.
And there's that church in Centerville, the Greek church. So
Yeah, I
every
rented
year
out that
there's the
church
Greek
once.
there's the Greek festival.
Yeah.
So and then his grandfather is a real estate agent. So like it's one of those things where he's in one of those families that just has that network of friends on Cape, and then just they're big boaters. Like he's got fucking I think 3 boats now. They just keep getting bigger and bigger. But he's always out in the summertime. They're just one of those people who are like real like out in the community, networking all the time, sociable. But dude, he grew that thing fucking fast,
Definitely.
and he's on fire now.
Definitely
that COVID
spread,
hit.
dude. Because when I got that, and then I started working, and then I left there and I started working for Brewster Ambulance, which is crazy because I was picking up hours there even before I started working for Cape Cod Hospital. So before I started working for Cape Cod Hospital, I did pre-med. When I graduated as pre-med, I decided I didn't want to go to medical
UConn,
school.
right?
Yeah.
Jamie went to college.
I decided I didn't want to go to medical school anymore. Mom was pissed. I actually backed up. Actually went to school for 1 year to become a physical therapist and dropped out. And then my mom got pissed. Yeah, let's put that part. So dropped
I
out
did
from there.
about 2 months of community college and never went to
Freaking out.
any of my
I
classes.
went to Cape Cod Community College, summertimes classes. Picked up
and
classes
now
there and
you're,
stuff.
and that's pretty much what led you to where you're at now.
Yeah, so I did that job. Then I worked for Highness Family Medical Care. I worked in their lab. So I worked in their lab. For about like 5 years, and then then just working in the hospital.
All right.
Now fully, and then now I'm leaving that shit. So because I kind of started my own company type of shit.
Nice.
I'm switching from the medical field.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going into finance. To advance finance because one of my minor is in finance, but I never really like dabbling because I always like business and stuff like
Good. You
that.
can help me get my shit in order. I'm fucking terrible with finances.
It's really so many people are, man. So I'm starting from
I
the
want to
bottom.
get better with it. I mean, I started a business 2 years ago, and I mean, haven't had to work for anyone else yet, but I mean,
That's what
I'm just awful with organizational shit
Since I've started,
in general.
dude, I'm like, so I'm starting from the bottom. So I got my notary. I'm starting like for the bottom of the financial transaction world. I got my first thing I did. I got my notary public certification or whatever, the cert. So I got it. When I got it, I was just gonna use it mostly because if people with immigration stuff or whatever understand. I'm like, I know a lot of people heard that. So, it was a great side hustle to pick up like 25 there or whatever. Because it wasn't that much, it's not that much money in it. There's not really any money in it because it's just a public figuring it. But there's a part of it that you can get certified in that's called a signing agency, which is where you deal with like the real estate section of it. So you're doing like real estate financial transactions for people who want to do refinance, people who want to do like when they're closing on their homes. Those money has to be signed over in transaction. There's a lot of
And
like,
you're taking a part of commission.
so yeah. So for like and those money, a lot of it. So I get hired like from banks and stuff and brokers and a lot of escrow companies, firms and stuff, and like even lawyers. And I've met a lot of Gibbs who just won or whatever. I did like shit for him since it started. Like this has been 3 months now in the work. It's since COVID really I've been like contemplating in what the hell I want to do, and I started aside, and then now it's morphed into something different. And it's pretty scary, trying to leave like a full career, especially a lot of money that I've invested in school and shit.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know, I'm not comfortable in it anymore. I still like it. I still like, like the healthcare, and I still like the people, but I'm just not like passionate
Some
about
dudes
it
waving
anymore.
their dicks at you as much anymore. There's less of that. There's less of that in the finance industry.
This old joke.
That's an old inside joke of one of Jamie's jokes.
Yeah, it's a
But
good dick waving.
yeah. Well, I was a dishwasher. First job I ever owned.
That's
First job I ever owned.
if you own that job.
I am not drunk. I swear to God, dude. This half a twisted tea is the only thing I've had to drink today.
So dishwasher.
First job, dishwasher. Quit that. Was like, I'm never, ever washing dishes again as long as I fucking live.
That job looks awful. I've seen it back.
But I had to do them kind of by hand. It wasn't like the industrial dishwasher.
Yeah.
And the sink always got filled. Like no one ever ate that. There was this side, which was like a paste. It was like this orange fucking paste that no one ever ate. So the sink was just filled with this orange shit. The kitchen was tiny. And I was like, fuck this shit. I
Was
was
it a restaurant on Cape?
Yeah, it was called Contrast. It's actually right up the street on 6A. But it doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
My mom's gay friend owned it.
You have to say your mom's gay friend.
Yeah, why? He was a nice guy.
I'm
I thought he was
trying to be
great.
politically correct,
Christian
people.
was awesome. My mom had a lot of gay friends. I grew up around a lot of gay people. They're fucking awesome. So I'm fortunate that I like grew up around with
You don't have
tolerant
to
parents.
explain yourself. That sounds like
I'm not explaining anything.
that sounds like really.
That's so funny. This happened before. I was just I'm making observations on society, and then people are
it's almost like the same thing.
yeah, my guests are acting like I'm defending myself.
that's my
'cause,
black friend Jamie.
Yo, everybody's so fucking.
You don't have to. It's like, you have to say he's black. What do you mean? No, I grew up around a lot of black people.
I've never referred to you as my black friend
I
Jamie.
know. I'm saying.
Except when you got here, I was like, Andy, this is my black friend Jamie.
Well, someone saw me in the kitchen when I was walking here, and kind of looked surprised. Yeah. I heard cops, pull it up.
Did you come up that staircase?
I came up
This one?
Yeah, this one.
Oh, but through
I
the window?
walked-
Did you make eye contact with somebody?
I'm trying not to. But yeah. That's what I was saying. I'm like, did you announce that a black person was coming here? I'm just saying.
No.
If I was home and I wanted a black person walk in my yard, even though I have a lot of relatives, I would, call the cops. But
True.
I'm just saying.
True. Luckily for you, people around here are very used to random people coming and going. And they understand that this is now a thing too.
So they know
it's
you
a-
like black guys? Is that it?
Yep. Yeah. The way you're dressed, they probably think you're a fucking escort. Jesus Christ. Are you going to work like
Wait,
that?
is this
Are
like
you
an
dressed
escort
for
dress?
Are you dressed for finance? You're not dressed for the medical field. Is that
Finance or whatever. No, I'm going to have to change my clothes.
this is just your podcast outfit? I mean, you're looking fly, dude. That
I was
watch also.
You know, I always dress.
I generally am not. I was bummed that this watch is actually not that big. But when I first got it, I felt like it was big. I'm not a big watch guy. I always like the just normal
I love
size
watching, man. I have
fossil
small.
watches.
I have small. I like fossils too.
They changed them up though. They used to be just a nice $80, $90, $100 watch. I don't need to
Yeah.
go crazy expensive. I just used to like to keep my time here. This doesn't even tell the correct time. It's literally a piece of jewelry now.
I have. Let me see. This is probably the cheapest watch I have, and it's actually my wife. Well, my ex-wife. Well, about to be whatever. She bought this for me.
Get ready, and he's about to brag. How much is that watch?
No, it's like
How much?
I just said like $200.
Yeah, That was a humble brag. That's the cheapest watch he owns.
Because my own watch is more than that. Because my Movado was like,
I bet
was like,
fucking Movado. I can't wait till I'm ready to afford a Movado.
no, like, first of all, you can afford it. You just don't spend money on that. You like money. You spend money on pancakes.
This
Goddamn Brits
actually,
mix.
it's Kenneth Cole, but it was going. I just wanted to grab a cheap watch, like a Fossil, because I was going to Vegas. And I was like, I want to just have a watch and I want to decorate myself a little bit.
Yep.
And when I got there, I couldn't find any normal watches, normal sized watches, and then the cheap watches sucked. So I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna spend a couple $100. I don't care. And I found these. And they look kind of cool, not that expensive. And the lady's like, oh, I think they're discontinuing them. So they were discounted, and she thought they were like, I don't know, maybe $80. And I'm like, oh. And then she looked it up. She was like, actually, they're like 40. Dude, I got
If you want
two watches
for,
for fucking maybe 40 or $80 a piece.
I think you told me
Cheap
this
as
story
shit,
somewhere.
dude. But they're like $280, $200 watches.
You know who's a big watch guy, has more watch, like, and has like a lot like more expensive watch than me? Ed.
Ed?
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
Ed has G-Shock, and he has like a freaking it's very old school, like, what's it called? Oh
Ed
my
was
gosh, I
gonna
can't
be
remember
my-
the name. It's
Ed
not
was
a
gonna
Rolex,
be my
but it's the
guest
next
next
thing to
week.
Rolex. Awesome, man. Edouard is
Edouard
Edouard's
is
a great
a
guest.
interesting individual. He's a character. I like Edouard a lot. He's a nice guy. He loves comedy.
Yes, and he was supposed
And
to, he's
quit,
very iffy.
He also quit it. I'm gonna bust his balls about that. He
didn't-
didn't
so,
quit
he didn't really
comedy. He was
quit
like,
it.
"Oh, I'm stepping away for a bit," or whatever
He's
the fuck he
that's
said.
what I'm saying. Okay.
Ed, you didn't quit comedy. You fucking
Ed is in
Puss.
Ed is in love, and he wants
Ed's
to
in
enjoy the
love.
pum pum for now.
Ed is in love.
Ed wants to keep digging it, not let comedy come between that. He's like, I'm gonna be a janitor. I'm
got
gonna
a-
get some pum pum. That's
He's
it.
got a nice girlfriend. I think it
I
might
like
be.
her.
It
She's
might be
pretty
more
nice.
than just poom poom. I feel like Candace might be a little offended if she saw
Pum
that shit.
pum?
She knows we talk shit though. She's been in the room at the. By the way, no country for old jokes. That's the sign from Ed's room right there. I don't know why he was getting rid of it. I was like, really? I was like, you really are quitting comedy. Like, what the fuck, dude?
I don't think it's good.
So I'm holding on to it for now, dude. You don't try to pretend like you fucking quit comedy, Ed, or you're getting rid of this open mic.
You want me to say? So you want me to say? You want me to say your joke?
Which joke?
With
My
Ed?
joke?
I don't know. I want me to tell you a joke. I don't.
Yeah.
Ed shows
Tell
it.
tell me my
No,
joke.
Ed
Tell
shows-
me
no,
one
no,
of my
not
jokes.
your joke. I want to
That
tell
would be
you.
fun. Tell me one of my jokes, and I'll tell one of your jokes.
I don't. No, man. We can't do jokes here to perform.
We're not. It was that was a joke.
I know it was a joke. I was looking. I know.
right,
I didn't.
sorry.
I didn't know it
Anyway,
was a
sorry.
joke. I was hoping it was a joke.
We're getting
Hold on.
sidetracked.
Hold on. Yeah.
Dude,
Oh yeah.
Tell me the thing you were gonna just say.
Oh yeah. So
If you didn't forget.
so first time I met Ed's girlfriend when we were doing like the no jokes. What's it
No
called?
jokes for old countries.
Yeah, no jokes for old countries. or
No
whatever.
country for old jokes.
No countries for old joke. Whatever the fuck it is. Jesus Christ.
It's a play on words. If you didn't figure that out by now.
So first time we met, we were talking, right? This was the night Ed was kind of edgy too, because he got mad at like what's his name at Al and Travis. No, yes, it is Travis.
Travis?
Oh, I
Trevor?
can't remember his name. Trevor. This is the man.
For
This
what?
dude named Trevor is a fat white dude, and his name doesn't fit him, so it's hard to remember that his name is Trevor. That's the thing. I
Trevor's
love
gonna be a
Trevor, though.
guest too. Trevor's
Trevor,
lost like a lot of weight.
Someone said
I think he's been on the keto diet, maybe.
the keto.
Yeah, he's
I
been
haven't spoken for a
fucking.
while.
He's been losing some pounds.
Me and Mark Anthony Lewis, like we were texting during the
All right,
protest stuff.
what were you
whatever
gonna
that.
say about
All
the
right,
joke
shit.
about the thing? Because
Jesus
we're
Christ, man.
like
No, I was
15
gonna tell
minutes
you-
past
exactly.
the segment too,
How
which
we-
is good. That's always a good thing. That means we're doing good.
Hold on.
I have a
Okay.
segment. It's fun.
All right. So wait. Oh yeah. So yeah, the first time I met her and stuff like we were talking, that Ed was kind of like on the edge at night. So we
Probably
were
when they first met.
no.
talking
Not
about-
when I first met her, because I never met her up to then since we've been talking. Because they met during quarantine.
Yeah. Well, I remember a couple of times, like the first couple of No Country for Old Jokes when Candace was there, and because we're all busting balls, some people, they bust her balls too, and Ed would get defensive, and then
No, I
we'd-
know. But so I
But then soon enough, like everybody learned that's like this is a crazy atmosphere, and everyone's gonna get their balls busted. And
So,
now
yeah.
she's a good sport.
I went outside.
nice.
I went outside mainly because Bobby went up, and Bobby's just I don't know if you can tell this about me, but I can't do embarrassing moments. I can't watch people embarrass themselves. Even when they're not embarrassed, I get embarrassed for them, and I can't watch
You
it
get embarrassed
for them.
for people.
Yeah, it's weird.
Isn't that the best though, dude?
No, it's like even movies. If I watch if it's like
Yeah, those
I
awkward.
can't
yeah,
do
it's
it.
like,
Dude.
wow, that's cringeworthy shit. It's fun to just kind of live in that moment
can't,
for a
dude.
minute.
I have to get out, dude.
But sometimes Bobby's awkwardness, like Bobby accidentally crushes sometimes. I've watched him give the best. He literally said that accidentally had the best closer I think I've ever heard in my life, dude. And the whole fucking room was in an uproar because he was just drunk and he was actually he was moving from joke to joke, and he kind of had somewhat of a set. And it was a drunken Bobby set, but it was fun and it was funny. But at the end, he was like, he's like, I think I had one more. What did I have here? And he's like, says, close, finish strong, or something like that, dude. But just the way he said it, finish strong, just he accidentally just crushes sometimes.
Bobby had a couple good jokes that I don't remember, but a couple times I told him like, "Yo, don't forget it, whatever." But I was like, "He's gonna
just gotta
forget it."
believe in himself.
All right, we sidetracked again, so we could go to the segment. Oh yeah. So either way, I have to walk out. It was one of those moments, so I walked out, left outside. So at that moment now, I was outside, and when I was outside, just trying to wait for Bobby. That time, so Ed Girl came out now, and she was like, "Oh, I can't watch that."
nobody can stomach it.
So then I'm like,
it's
can't
not
watch
for
it.
everybody,
Exactly.
dude.
So I'm like, I can't watch. So I'm like, yeah, I can't watch it either. So we started talking and shit like
You guys
that.
bonded
out there.
over a Bobby Dylan
Was it a
cringeworthy moment?
We went into a whole history thing because she's a history.
Major?
Yeah, she's a history
really?
major. So we went into
That's
deep into a lot
interesting.
of stuff, and then she was interested into Rastafarian stuff now. And this is how I found out she was dating a black guy before Ed, because her ex-boyfriend was a Rasta. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, man, I just got off fresh with like fucking Sam. I should just get the fuck out of here before freaking Ed comes. And Ed still has, because I don't know what he's thinking in this moment.
Oh, yeah. People misinterpret.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm like, let's just get the fuck out of here right now. But then she didn't understand the Rastafarian, and I had to like explain. So I got caught up, and I had like a whole 30 minutes trying to explain the whole thing to her. And then Ed come out, and Ed was like fucking drunk too. Ed was like, what do you guys do out here? And I'm like, nothing. She was just telling me that she dated a black guy before.
All right.
And she was like, he knows, he doesn't care. I'm like, well, I expect him to know. Why would you hide it?
Hope he did. I hope I didn't just break the fucking news to him right now.
Dude. So Ed paused like, yeah, I know. and I just walked off, and I kept dying to myself. I'm like, man, these shit just keep happening without me even doing shit. Like, this is a random, But the thing is, I knew that Ed is not that type of person, but I just found it funny. It's hilarious that he was shit-faced. He was pissed at Al and Trevor.
Why was he pissed at those guys?
They kept walking out every time people was performing to go outside and shit.
Yeah.
So
well, come on, dude. Like, what the fuck, dude? There's 5 of us in this shed. Just hang around.
Yeah,
for
but
a couple
they're special.
Well, yeah, this is social. Some people are socially awkward. You know what I mean? You can't expect them to sit still. Al's autistic.
Al knows that he's artistic.
Al's knows that he's autistic.
Exactly.
All right,
But
we're way past this.
All right, let's go
We're
to
gonna
your
do it.
segment.
Do you have your keys on you?
My keys?
Your car keys? Yeah. Or whatever keys. I don't know.
Yeah, my car
I don't know
keys.
what kind of keys you carry around, but we're gonna find out.
All right.
Oh, you only got a couple. This is gonna be a quick segment. Is that literally?
Just my car keys.
This is the fastest segment of Show Me Your Keys in the history of the show.
What about this? Is a push start.
Is that a Jamaican thing? Is that a black thing, or is that just a
What?
you thing?
Oh, what?
This is the first time anyone's pulled their keys out of their pocket and there's been no keys.
That's just a me thing, man.
It's a you thing?
Yeah, because
Where's your house key? You don't have a house key? You don't lock your house?
Yeah, I like my
So where's so
in my car.
is that on a separate keychain?
Yeah, it's not on a key. It's on a separate thing that's in the car.
And then how many keys are on that keychain?
Let's see, my front door and my back door.
And that's it?
That's about it. My garage is a button. It's the same key for my garage side door. Also, that's for my back door. I like life easy.
You use no other things in your life that require keys.
No, I'm not a key guy.
Andy, we just did the Show Me Your Keys segment. This kid literally has no fucking keys.
I don't understand. You
Well, it's
expected me to
good.
have a
Well, we
bunch
were
of
running
keys?
late on the segment, but honestly, we're pretty much wrapping it up about around the same time this segment would wrap up. So I fucking nailed it. The Show Me Your Keys is Jamie's got a key fob and he's got his front door and his back door
I think
house key in his center console somewhere.
I don't want to make it a race thing, but I feel like white guys carry more keys. I don't know what you guys are opening, but you guys certainly carry a lot more keys.
I'm convinced I'm gonna catch someone with like a sex dungeon or some shit like that. They're not
probably
gonna. They're not gonna realize it, and they're gonna be like this, and then they're gonna,
Might get one.
they're gonna
with
get
that.
halfway through, and then be like, oh, never mind about this key.
Shit, man. We were supposed to talk
But,
shit
we-
about other comics. We missed that.
No, I didn't.
I'm joking. We weren't going to. Jesus.
We were doing a little shit talking, and then I was like, so are we just gonna talk shit about comics the whole thing? Which
I have
don't
not
want.
talked about one comic.
I don't want this to be a shit talking podcast.
Hell to the-
It'll
hell
happen.
no.
We'll talk some shit. People are
I
gonna
don't want to talk shit about
naturally
other people.
talk shit, but I just want to talk
I think everybody's talented.
in general about interesting things. Hopefully, because if we're being uninteresting, then that's kind of. I was
I was
like,
hoping-
what's the point of doing the fucking thing? I mean,
The only and it wasn't gonna really be a shit talking, but I was expecting to ask you shit about, like, to tell you, stop making commented under Lloyd. Under Lloyd's fault.
the one time I
Once it was one time. You know, it was
twice.
what
Oh, this
I
did,
have
I-
seen you run trends.
I did it. The second time I did it was almost alluding to the first time, and I said
The
sorry.
second
I said
no.
the second time I go sorry, Lloyd. I'm
second
buzzed.
time I saw it.
couldn't help myself.
I saw 6 likes on the post and 150 comments. I said, "Fuck that." I went in. It was you.
Did I start? Do you mean I started the 150 comments?
Dude, I saw 6 likes on the post, and I saw like 150 comments, and I'm like, "Who the fuck did Tatra piss off this stuff though?" And I knew it. It was you.
I don't even. I'm not even trolling. I just sometimes I'll be buzzed
I feel like you just beat.
and I'll look because dude, I legitimately scroll Facebook for like 30 seconds, get annoyed, and get off. Generally.
Tatra with
And I don't mean this as any disrespect to Lloyd either, but when you
No, it's
scroll,
not Lloyd.
that
You know-
Lloyd, that motherfucker's got that thing surgically attached to his hand or some shit, dude. He just posts. He likes Facebook. He posts. He uses the platform also for like what I think it should be used for, though, which is like for good. He tries to use it for good and to send a positive message.
But you're the type of
And
guy
I
who does
just-
this. It doesn't
I
mean,
made a
but you don't mean
joke.
it. But Tatra.
And then I get to my problem is I get defensive. That's the thing. If someone like says something in response to something I say, and I don't, it doesn't jive with me completely. My problem is I get defensive, and that's something I got to work on, dude. I just had I had to blow up my brother the other day, and we had to have like a talk about it. It's because
But you're
it's
like
a
a-
thing with me. I get defensive.
Well, you're like a wise guy with it. Not saying this is what you said, but this is an example. Like
They're not
like
egregious.
he would put something like
I know exactly the post.
women.
I'll quote it verbatim.
Hold on. No, I'm not gonna. I'm not even
I'll
gonna.
quote it
Like,
verbatim.
I'm just gonna
I'll
make
tell
up
you.
something that I know Lloyd would say and what you would say.
Well, okay.
And I know.
And then I'll tell you
Lloyd
exactly.
Lloyd would put up.
You're gonna say something way out of
Rece-
context. You're gonna make me
No,
sound
I'm
so
not.
bad.
No,
You
I'm
do.
not. No,
You're
I'm
gonna
not.
make me sound
Hold on.
so bad right
Lloyd-
now. That's
Lloyd-
why I'm gonna
Lloyd-
have to qualify this.
Lloyd would put up. Women rule the world, and that's why I love them. And Chatter would put, and
All right, that's not that bad. But to be fair, I'll tell you exactly what I said, dude. All right, this is what I said.
you're pretty famous about your Lloyd comments, by the way. People know you by that.
Really? So you mean more infamous? I think
People know you,
infamous
man.
might be the word.
Mostly women, but they know you.
Dude.
They're like, Tadger from the Cape.
Ladies, I love you. Okay, I love you.
They all sound the same when they do comedy. A lot of them.
All right. It was something to the effect of broken women can become leaders or can become strong. It's something along the lines of broken women can be X or can become X.
Yeah.
And I typed in or strippers.
Yes, you did. I'm telling you.
Because in my head, like Lloyd's a comedian, like I do comedy. That callback.
Well, I is a very liberal comedian.
Okay, well, I learned that real quickly, really fast. I learned
Lloyd
that.
does good at the improv.
I think Lloyd's funny.
You can.
I
dude,
think Lloyd
You can. Dude,
is
Lloyd
really
is
funny.
funny.
I think
But I'm
Lloyd is
saying
really funny.
Lloyd is funny. But I'm saying he does good at the improv.
Which is closed
It's
now.
Not. It's closed now.
And so is that so I guess
It's
that's saying something about
it's a very liberal
woke improv's a wokey
dude. I got cursed out there that I couldn't say the N-word. I'm
Right.
like, what?
Yeah, isn't
They told me
Yeah.
like, and it was a white girl. She was like, you can't use the N-word. I'm like, bitch.
you're like I think I'm well, I don't know. I think I got
I know I can't
licensed
use
to
it. It's just ridiculous.
I think I know what you're saying.
I'm saying.
But
A lot of
with
us
that
don't
being
like
said,
it.
I think Lloyd's really funny, and I meant
He
no
is funny. He's
I meant
freaking
no
hilarious.
disrespect. I just thought like comedians, comic, it's like they'll understand that this is meant in like.
They'll know
and
it.
By the way, hold on, and here's something I don't get to say in my defense on Facebook because I'm not going to go there. I fucking love strippers, by the way.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they're
no.
not all broken. Some of them are normal. Like it wasn't like an attack on women.
I don't even
it
like
wasn't attack. That was the
Dude.
thing, but it got taken way out of context, and people and it was really like a girl who I think was someone told me like this girl was broken, and that's why like and might have been a stripper or whatever, and so she was the one example of like the. But she really took like offense to it, which is understandably. I'm not going to say.
It's almost like you do the joke with someone
people-
being shot. Someone goes like,
I'm saying
I was shot.
People aren't. I'm not saying people aren't allowed to be offended by it. I understand why this girl would be, but there's plenty of other women who like. I don't know, could just see that as it just wasn't meant to be as egregious as it was taken.
what's ironic,
and
though?
it started a thing.
What's
It
ironic?
did start a
though?
thing.
I don't think Lloyd hates you about it. He doesn't say anything. I think or has any bad feeling about you. Lloyd loves strippers also.
And now I know.
ironically.
Now I know. I just realized why you're talking about me starting fights on Facebook because the thing with my buddy's wife, or the thing, you and I had a little thing, which was just a fun, stupid little thing. Like you commented,
yeah.
and I made a little rib again to a
But
comedian.
that wasn't a what's it called? We were just
It
going
wasn't like
back
who's
to-
better than who, but my buddy and his wife were my buddy's wife was like, "How I cannot believe you would say that to another human being." And I'm like, first of all,
This
I
is
know who
why.
your husband is, and I've heard the way he talks to people. So okay,
But you should know this.
don't be a hypocrite.
But you should know
Secondly,
this, though.
you don't know who you don't know him. You don't even know who this person is. You don't know the context of what we're saying to each other. So just fucking just butt out. This is fucking.
Well, you should have said that
It's none of your business.
because you should have said it because you know freaking comics talk to each
Yeah,
other.
but again, perfect example. Instead,
know what
of,
I- you know
instead
what-
of just letting it roll off my back, I'm a fucking pussy. I get super defensive, and I like start texting back. Then I say shit, and I also
We're-
like. Yes, we're at the 1 hour. We're gonna get a clean Clementine, so you can toss me because that thing's dirty as fuck. Dude.
We're
The
pretty-
1 hour Clementine.
we're pretty freaking comedians. We're pretty brutal and honest with each other.
You
Very
have
close.
a joke about your kid, your like toddler or however old your child is, grinding another toddler,
I cleaned that joke.
and the dad confronts you and you're like, well, yeah, but I mean, we all saw how she was dressed. Something to that effect, which is a pretty funny joke.
No.
That also got taken out of context. And
Oh,
the
that
guy,
guy was
the
just
drunk guy in the bar
Shut
was
up,
like,
pedophile.
the guy was like, oh, fucking think that shit's funny? Fucking kitty porn? You guys think fucking kitty porn is funny?
But the crazy thing is that wasn't even the worst part of the joke, because the worst part of the joke is that I didn't want my son to catch me masturbate. You know, I always thought that I wanted to catch him masturbate. Like I was
You
trying to
always
say
thought
this
that you
my
would catch
dream.
him,
Yeah,
he wouldn't catch.
exactly.
He
I've
wouldn't be the
been
one to catch
planning.
you.
It's my dream to catch him masturbate. Like that is pretty awful within itself.
It's all just dirty,
That should have
dirty
pissed
shit.
him off
Yeah.
since the first. Either
Yeah.
way, the part of the thing is that comedians will always shit at ourselves. I'm gonna probably one of this day, if I ever make it somewhere, probably not. Let's see or whatever. That this is probably gonna come back at me, but I'm gonna say it. How awful we are at each other. Her friend Josh Adams, he's Jewish. Christmas, what I text him? Hey, happy Dead Jew Day.
Oh, there you go. Did you say what last Christmas?
Yeah.
Oh, because Jesus was Jewish. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then
But
he's-
wasn't it the birth? It was the day he was born, though.
I don't know. It was his birthday. He was Jewish and he's dead. I correlated with all
Easter.
that.
I think Easter would have been more appropriate. Or what?
No, sorry, it was Easter.
Yeah, oh,
Sorry,
no,
it
wait.
was Easter. It wasn't Christmas.
He died on Good Friday.
Good Friday.
He came to life. He returned.
He
to
was
life
resurrected on
He
Easter.
Was resurrected on
Okay.
Goddamn bunny.
Was it 3 days later or something after they buried him?
Goddamn bit bunny. It's Good
And
Friday.
He's,
It's Good
Catholic.
Friday.
Are you still practicing?
Catholic.
What? Okay.
Goddamn
Are
bunny.
you an agnostic atheist?
The whole Christmas.
He just gave a nod and a hands up. He's not. He doesn't even. He's not sure. He's like, I don't want my mom to see this. She's gonna be mad.
She knows. I believe in God. I just don't go to church.
Yeah, all right.
It was.
There you go.
It was Christmas. Yeah. No, sorry. It wasn't Christmas. It was Easter. Thank you for reminding that. I said that, and then you should. I can't remember. I don't want to mess up his stuff
know
that
what
he
would've
said
been
to me.
messed up
But he
if
said
you-
a lot of African shit
It'd
to
have been
me.
messed up if you sent him.
I wasn't even. I'm not even African.
Would have been messed up if you sent him that message on the anniversary of the Holocaust.
In the Holocaust.
That would have been fucked up.
I would never.
Happy Dead Jew Day,
never.
bud.
Hell no.
Remember? Never forget.
No. Even though it's kind of saying the same thing when you
Josh
say
is not. Josh is a Jew. Josh is a Jew the way the dentist on Seinfeld's a Jew.
exactly.
He's a Jew.
He doesn't follow it,
so that
but
he can
still, I
do
would
Jewy
never
jokes
say it
on
because he has
stage.
family that died in the Holocaust. He does have family that died it. He has a picture of someone. You know.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So that's pretty Jewish.
Exactly.
That's That's
He
pretty
still
au-
says Jewish stuff.
pretty
but I was
authentic,
like,
dude. Pretty authentic.
But yeah, so I would never, ever.
We say awful shit to each other, like really awful shit to each other.
I know, dude. This make no freaking sense. You know, Josh. Two
I tell-
female friends don't. They one of them, the one in the short hair.
Yeah.
She's very something. First she friended me on Facebook and then she unfriended me and then she doesn't like me anymore because she didn't know the type of stuff I joke about. And I'm like, I don't get why that. None of it was even like offensive to you, but I guess so.
I tried to make a Kobe joke like the day it happened, and it didn't go over well with some family people, some people who are family men, and et cetera, et cetera. In my
I
Facebook
stay away
community.
from dead Kobe jokes.
I'm pretty sure you made it within the hour of dying.
It was very,
Way too
very.
soon.
It was, and yeah.
Family Guy made
It
a joke
really-
before he died. Like what before he died.
It was one of those stupid things where I thought it was so witty that I was like, I need to be the one who gets the copyright license on this, and like, it was one of those like when like because Edwa says that's why a lot of comics like will type their shit to put on Twitter or Facebook. It's almost like so that you have now the intellectual property essentially on that joke, and I thought like, oh, I'll be on the fast track soon enough. Want to make sure I fucking brand my Kobe, dude. It was just, it was in such look. It was in such poor taste.
I saw the joke. I was on my phone and I saw it and I was doing this and I read it. I was like, and when you first put it up, and I was like, we'll come back to that later.
I've heard way better versions of it.
I was gonna come back. I said I'm gonna come back to that later after, because I didn't care whatever the thing is. I just knew you were gonna get shit for it. I saw Taryn wrote something, but I'm like, you're not a Lakers fan. That's why you were angry.
It's just like, but dude.
It's mostly with his kids that they put in like Ariana.
People die. I'm not fucking trying to smear the memory or anything. That's the people. The way people
As long as you never
misinterpret
said-
comedy.
you didn't
It's
say
just-
a
it was too-
rapist joke.
Look, it was too soon. It was too soon. I get it. It was not in good taste.
There was a girl that put up something about I don't care about Kobe. He was a rapist. I was like,
Janet McNamara. She did a whole set.
I don't know. It was
She did
something with
like
him.
4 minutes on Kobe. It was like, fuck that guy. He raped a girl. Like,
I
why
know-
should I blah blah blah.
I
was
know.
like,
I know. I even confronted. I said one. He wasn't convicted. I get it. You're trying to say put money into it, but the girl had like 7 different semens. She never said anything.
it was a pretty muddled situation, wasn't it?
No, the
And
case got thrown out.
He's the Black Mamba.
The big
You
thing.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like he probably put a hurting on that girl, and she was like, all right. And then
Dude,
friends were like, you
and
can
that's
make
the
some
next thing
money.
too, dude. I
And
went to-
then, you
that's
know,
the-
so I'm not. I don't.
But that's
I'm
the
not
thing
gonna
too, dude.
say
I went to. That's the thing
that
too.
he raped a girl.
That's the thing too. I went to college with and I knew basketball players, especially fucking UConn. You know, like, and because basketball players are fucking stars and
And
going
they
to UConn.
fuck around.
Exactly.
a
So
lot. That's what they
a lot
do.
of
That's their
times,
whole culture.
So they'll fuck a girl and then she'll ask them. You know, that thing is like, so what are we?
yeah, of course,
And a lot of the time, I'm not saying every girl's.
dude.
This
they're
is not
prob-
every girl, but this has happened often. That can happen, and it wasn't
They're holding-
proven. It wasn't proven.
Yeah, dude.
And if your
Crazy
dignity,
shit.
and if your dignity was bought,
The shit's been in.
Then
the-
it wasn't-
in
it must
cinema
have been
too,
important.
or in like you know what I mean, in film, not film, but like in entertainment, where the chick's like catching a load and carrying it to her purse.
but
You
the
know,
thing,
like-
the thing with Jenna
Like, it's
McNamara,
crazy.
The thing,
There's if you can think. Here's another thing. Just
Yeah.
a more broad statement in life. If you can think of a scenario, most likely it's is happening, or will happen. Like if you can think it, it's like. That's it, man.
the
So, like,
issue-
it's not crazy.
the issue is though that girl didn't get, and I keep telling her, I said it's not as easy as the titling that when it comes to that stuff, because there's a stigma with black man and white woman, and black man being framed for rape, framed, framed. My God,
Well, that
My
probably
God.
happens.
yeah.
People get framed for rape. all
So
the time.
no, but I'm saying
Or
no,
try to
no.
anyway.
There's a
I
big
mean,
stigma
forensics
from
nowadays.
black guys with white women.
Oh,
Growing up, we're talking from even like it was illegal to date a white woman, and stuff like that would happen. Like they would get Emmett Smith coming down all the line, and then come down even with the basketball players. A lot of like NBA players and stuff. Because there was even a big thing in the 90s, and I can't remember when I quote it, where the kid was 18, the girl was 17, and he was charged. He was charged as like and as an adult, and she as a child, and he
Statutory
put
rape.
yeah, and he put his pedophile. I'm
And it was
like,
consensual?
he's 18, yeah, and he's 18, she's 17. But guess what though? Her parents put that he pushed her, and they said she was raped, and she's just scared and don't want to talk about, whatever the thing is, and it had a rep and ruined his whole career and shit like that. And there's girls who said that to their parents, who told those lies. And it has happened a lot. So there's a big thing with it, dude. And you can look it up. There's a big stigma thing when it comes to like white women and black men with rape, when it comes to rape. Because a lot of the time, and it's mostly down south, I get it. But
oh yeah.
But a lot of the time it happens, and I keep telling her it's not as simple as how you're putting it, especially if it hasn't been proven. I know he has a lot of money and he has power, he's putting it, and they put the thing in the script, but how though? I felt like he was just cheating on his wife, he had sex with her, she wanted more out of it. Just because there was more than, there's a lot of semen. Look up the story.
He bought his wife like an $8 million diamond or something.
You cheated
wonder,
when? People,
We
when
can
Kevin
probably
Hart
look it
cheated,
up.
what did it say? How much money Kevin Hart was worth?
Did you watch his new special?
It was awful.
Really? Some people thought the same thing. Andy didn't
I
like
couldn't
it.
make it through 10 minutes of it. I was like, this is not funny
I enjoyed
at
it.
all.
He was talking about.
No. I watch it. It has good moments through it. The first time I wasn't playing, but the thing is, as a comic,
He talked about personal shit that he normally wouldn't
Exactly.
talk about
But
too.
as a
which is what I
comic-
liked.
a lot of things though. As a comic, I understood at what level it was. He wasn't on the road. He was still doing stuff like shows and stuff, and he's not on the road working out. He had like 3 months. It takes a good year to 3 years to have an hour material, especially strong. It
He
takes a
still
good while.
talked about some real shit. Like he basically admitted all his
I never s-
infidelities. He was talking about his side bitches and shit.
I know. So the thing is with the thing. Yeah, that's what the thing. I think he
I
just
said
put out
side
his honest.
bitches, by the way.
But
Just,
it's a
I don't know
difference
if anybody
though.
noticed that. I said side bitches.
I think what Kevin Hart was doing, because he didn't have the material, he didn't have enough material to work out. But I still think position. I think he was trying to do also like a Dave Chappelle full on real. But the thing is, it's not
Full
many
on real. What do
comics
you
can
mean,
do
like
that.
just personal? Like
It's personal.
it was. It was
'Cause
very.
it-
It was
'cause-
very intimate. You could tell he probably knew all those people.
That's the thing, though. You can do it, but there's a certain difference and a certain nuance in it and how you can get people attention. Like
What's her name did a show for her parents. I didn't watch it on Netflix, but I've seen it. The girl with the really high pitched voice. She always sounds like a little kid, but she's got kind of a normal voice. Marie.
what
Maria-
shows? What other shows?
Maria
she come in?
Bamford, the blonde lady, Maria Bamford. She did a show in like her living room for her parents, and she's got a Netflix special.
Oh yeah, I think I got it. I saw.
Is that her
on,
name? Maria Bamford.
I can't remember
think?
her name. I just picked
She's
up when you
got the
say your
really
appearance.
weird voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
didn't
hate
watch it,
I tell people I
but,
found I
I mean, you can
find
pull it
Amy
off.
Schumer funny, and people go like, ugh, whatever. I said, dude, it's my taste. What the fuck?
I just watched.
I like Amy Schumer.
Who
I
the
think she's funny to
fuck
me.
Did I just watch? I fell asleep. I gotta watch the second half of it, but I was fucking absolutely dying, dude. God damn it.
Have you watched Dion Cole?
Yeah, he was hilarious. He's
I can't
silly
believe
too.
th- I
How
can't
he
believe
uses the
Josh didn't
notepad
say-
and just like.
I can't believe Josh didn't know about this special. If you watch his special on Netflix,
If there is a special, a comedy special on Netflix, I've probably seen it, dude. I've gone through all of them, and I'm looking for the next one. I've watched
a lot of people
as
like,
many comedy specials as I can. I don't give a fuck if I know them. Like it's like, what's the new comedy special? I'll watch it. I'll give it a chance. There might be two things in there that make
have
me
you
laugh.
watched Felipe's one?
Yes, absolutely. Had me fucking dying, dude. He did the. I even filmed like a 15-second
one?
snippet of it.
Which one? Which one?
Felipe Esperanza?
Yeah, which
His
one of
newest
them?
one. He's talking about the fucking Mexicans. He's like, dude, they work too hard, man. They fucking work too hard. It's like, hey, man, it's fucking lunchtime. Did you
know that's
Andy,
his-
do you remember me sending you the snippet of that fucking special?
You know that's his. He did. That's the one that he did.
Dude, I
one in
still have
Spanish
it.
and one in English, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that's to me that's his worst special. He did good, I guess, a moment. Because
I'll watch that then, because
his punchlines was off, dude. Especially at the start.
he was talking about roofing and Mexicans, and he's like, they embarrass
I
you. It's like,
know.
you gotta tell them, like,
But
listen.
he's so good at his punchlines that I never expected him to do a whole special. Like it was like, yeah, this is why. Because I've watched so much of his special where he's so smooth and like right on target. And I think I just put him up there because he's one of my like favorite comics, dude. Like I really like him. I like him and Dion Cole, and I like Gabriel Iglesias' last special. I didn't like it, but I used to like him before that. And I think it's again working hard. And stuff.
Eddie Pepitone. I just remembered his name. He's a white dude. He's old, balding. He's fat. Like his belly is distended way down here. He looks like a fucking Buddha. He's got fucked up teeth. He's got like British teeth. But dude, he's different. He's so different. But this motherfucker, like his punchlines are they just come out of nowhere sometimes.
Yeah.
And they're so fucking outrageous and goofy, dude. I was fucking dying laughing for the first like half of this dude's special. And then he got all into fucking, he went at Trump for a second. And it's not like, dude, I'm not like, oh, I'm fucking like, make America great again, Trump 2020. Like, if you go at Trump, like, I'm going to get pissed. I don't like when people get political, period. Biden, Trump, either way, dude. Just keep, like, if you're generally like a political.
I was about to say there is political comics.
If you're
That's
a Lewis Black dude, that's what the guy does. Okay, I understand certain people's.
There's a
niche,
lot of
but dude,
political.
the
D.L.
whole-
Hughley is a big political, and that's way before people always come at even D.L. I keep telling them that
the point is
D.L.
it
Hughley since the '90s.
he kind of like quickly injected it in the middle of his special and then moved on to this other shit, and it was so far removed from the style of what I was hearing that it honestly like it fucked with me for a second, and I kind of wasn't really laughing at him as much, and I had to be like,
Why
get
though?
back into the silliness of it.
Why?
It was
Because
like,
you shouldn't, especially as a
it's
cop,
not even
you
his
know?
political views offended me. It's just like it threw me off because he didn't seem like the type of guy that was political. Dude, I'm telling you, he comes out, right? And he just goes, "I'm on Molly." And you're just like, what? But it's like he's playing this character. He's like, I like the idea of like a blue collar. And he just goes in between like, because he's a smart dude, you can tell. But then he just starts saying ridiculous shit. Almost like he's like some Chris Farley character. You know what I mean? Like, I can't even remember the punchlines. I just remember they were so like out of left field and outrageous and ridiculous. I was fucking dying because I had watched a few specials over the last couple of days. I watched Pete Corelli. He was funny, dude. He's just super high energy. I liked it. He's fucking goofy. But just kind of watching comedians who I don't really know. But like I got Amazon Prime now, so I'm discovering a bunch of stand-up specials that I didn't know existed.
Have you watched The Marvelous World of
The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel?
I love that.
Absolutely, I am
Dude.
in love with that lady.
Aren't her boobs just perfect?
She only shows them.
That perfect.
How are they that? Because I think they're fake.
You think?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Jesus.
I want to have some class,
I get
so
it,
I
sorry.
only saw it when I saw it, and I was hoping I'd see him again. I don't want to be that dude.
I've seen it a couple of times. Have you watched the second season?
I had roommates who would have the movie Stealth like recorded on the DVR and never delete it, and it was at the scene where Jessica what's her name in the waterfall, and they would just like watch it for 30 seconds before work every once in a while and just watch her ass. And I was like, dude, I don't want to be that guy who's like watches episode 2 of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel like 10 times. Like,
No, I watched it.
you see her tit like when I was
It
when I
wasn't.
was
She
younger,
showed her tits another time. I
before
don't know how you missed it.
Before Pornhub, I would have paused that scene and jerked off to that 100 fucking
Are you
times.
really still Pornhub? Are you still? You're paying for porn?
There's a free version of Pornhub.
Just go on X
And-
videos.
Also, Pornhub it's like a more general reference for the community, like our viewing audience, et cetera, et cetera.
Use X videos. Yeah.
X videos?
Yeah.
xnxx.com.
Nah, I don't go on X. I go on X videos.
Or
I've
listen,
been using that since high school. I'm not stopping.
I've jerked off twice a day since I was fucking 12. Okay,
pretty
you're looking at
disgusting.
an expert.
I told you I never jerked off the first time until I was 20. Ed thinks it's the most hilarious thing ever.
There are more.
Ed thinks it's the funniest thing ever.
I've put more dead sperm in my trash can than there are fucking stars in our
trash can.
galaxy. Okay. Yeah. I had a joke. Dude, do the math. No, I tried to.
Thank God, I would never take your trash out.
Those,
Go flush it like normal people.
dude, a healthy male load has between 100 million, and or between 10 and 100 million sperm in it. So if you do there's a billion stars in the galaxy. It was a whole stupid joke and correlation that I had, but yeah, it's essentially if you do the math,
Yeah. You know why?
in
why?
like
you know
365
why we have,
days a year.
You
how
know
many
why
times
we
you jerk
have
off a
that
day?
much sperm, right? You know why that's so much going on, right? Because the vagina is designed to murder it.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So we have to
You
get
gotta
that
get
ratio.
the one. Just that one good one.
Yes.
Dude. It's just got the defenses, just like fucking
Yep. The vagina
This
is very
fucking-
acidic.
the
It's-
fucking sperm targeting lasers, just like
the
and that
vagina,
one just like fucking.
the vagina is very acidic.
I'm gonna make it in.
All right, what the fuck we get on that? All right, what were we talking about? Why did we get to shooting sperms and vagina being acidic?
We're talking about porn.
Where did we get to porn?
Pornhub.
We get to Pornhub. Free
We
porn?
were talking about. I think I would know because I jerk off twice a day.
Oh yeah, and I didn't jerk off
Andy
until I was 20.
Andy looks like.
Now I remember. Now I
do you
remember.
remember what we were talking about?
Now I remember. We jerk porn.
When I came back from the bathroom, we were talking about some lady's ass, and if it was before porn.
We're talking about Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, dude.
Oh yeah,
And
you
her-
wanted to
and her
jerk
titties.
off. You wanted to jerk off.
I didn't want to. I just wanted to keep that image in my head so I could find a similar looking person on.
Oh man,
on
I
a
wanted
porn
her.
site. But hey, and I was also like, oh, they'll come up. They showed it. I was like, nice, they'll come up again. But they really maybe one
They
other
did come
time.
up
Do
again.
they come up one
Yeah,
other
of
time?
course they come up again.
Do they? I don't think they'd really.
They did
dude.
come up
I was
again.
looking
Yes,
for
they
them.
did.
They're amazing.
Yes.
And her personality. She got the little lisp too. She kind of has that lisp.
You know,
She's adorable. She's crass as fuck.
people think it's not only that. I like seeing her doing the stand up and how it comes out actually.
The
And I
idea
like
of-
that she's actually like performing it and seeing like in the old school way, but kind of nuanced in how she put
Yeah,
it.
it's almost like when
Because-
you watch an old movie. Like,
Exactly.
no one really puts together a set like that.
No.
The same as in movies. Nobody really is
Exactly.
like.
She
talks
is,
like that.
you
Like,
know.
hey Joe, how you doing?
Exactly.
Yeah, nice to see you, man. How? All right, pal.
Because people try to put the pioneers of like dirty comedians that perform dirty jokes just be illegal. The pioneer is really Red Fox. Red Fox put out the first freaking album, 1950 freaking 6.
Yeah, and then
It's
like
the full dirt. It was like
Elvis
why
and
I
every
farted.
other smart white man before him, Lenny
No,
Schultz.
no,
Probably stole
no. It's not. No, it's not that. It's just
the
that they
spotlight.
put. It's
Yeah.
just that they put Richard Pryor and Kenny. What's his name?
Lenny Schultz, that's what
Lenny
I'm saying.
Schultz. Yeah, as it. But Red Fox Red Fox has never been clean. Never.
Shout out to Red Fox.
Red Fox is my. I put him on the top of my list as the favorite comedians, and he died before I was even like. What was I born? No. I was born. He died when I was a
Who
little
are your
kid.
inspirations?
My inspiration was actually when I found out that. So Dave Chappelle is a big one because I always liked Dave Chappelle, but Eddie Murphy is when I found out that he was a comic. I never knew he did stand up.
How old are you?
I'm 29. I didn't know he did stand up.
Yeah. I'm 8 years old.
I never found out that he did stand up
That
until
was
I
one
was
of the
like.
first specials. Like my dad, because my parents were divorced, and so it was like Saturday Night Live, movies, arcade, and then
Delirious
stand-up
was the first one I said, and I didn't. Delirious was way before I was born, and he only did 2 specials. So all I knew Eddie Murphy for was just movies and all that freaking like. And I always knew it was funny.
Raw and Delirious were fucking.
I never knew-
insane, dude. I had. Which one was the first one? Raw.
No, Delirious.
Delirious was the first one. I
Delirious-
had that shit memorized. I had both of them pretty much memorized.
People wanted to take that down and
used
put
to-
it. I'm like, this was 1982. That makes no sense. People was actually coming at it. If you look it up, people was coming at it. I'm like, how am I? Is you crazy?
Oh, now they're like going after for the things
Since
he
last
said?
year, people was going at because
Yeah,
you
woke
know his
culture.
intro because his intro was like
Yeah, dude.
I know a lot of faggots here tonight. Don't look at my
Dude,
ass.
yeah,
that was his intro.
That was the
But
time.
it's 1982.
Man. Yeah, come on. Anyway,
So I never saw that special till I was 15. And when I saw it, and I saw that just him just being just like the coolest freaking person in a
was a
very
kid.
ugly suit.
he was like in 21.
Yeah, it was 21. No, 22.
We were fucking young.
Yeah, it was very young.
Young.
Eddie Murphy was a talent that opportunity was pretty quick for him right away. Him and Jerry Seinfeld, they came out at the same time. Him and Jerry Seinfeld started exactly at the same club in New York in the same exact time. They were posted together. I'm like, if anybody has a poster, that means he sell for a lot. But
I bet.
him and Jerry Seinfeld come like one of the 2 top comedians you can put, like the 2 most successful. You're gonna put those 2 up there, and they started at the same time.
That's pretty cool.
And the club, the same club person, like the same club guy, still managed comedians. No, he died now. I think he died last year. Shit.
What was his name?
He was- I
He
can't
was their
remember his name.
managers. Also, is what you're saying?
Yeah, they switched managers, but he was like their first manager, and he was like a lot of people manager.
So he owned the club,
yeah,
booked them originally, and then was their managers also.
yeah, and he booked Bradney
Can't remember his name.
Dangerfield also. I can't remember his name, man, but he was one of them who was managing Rodney Dangerfield also, because Rodney Dangerfield met Eddie Murphy, and he told
Rodney
Eddie
Dangerfield is the name. that
Rodney Dangerfield,
People
yeah.
of my age who get into comedy late need to keep reminding themselves of that. Like he didn't break out until he was like late 40s, right?
He started in his he started like
He
as
started
a teenager, early 20s, but then he quit.
He quit. Was like a salesman.
He
right?
was a salesman and did very successful with it. I mean, you get it. You get
And
kids
got
who get
back
stuff.
to it.
I call him the Ben. I hope Ben becomes the Rodney Dangerfield because Ben is so good, and I
I
think he should
fucking love
continue.
Ben. I was gonna call Ben today. I'm
I
kind of
think
mad
Ben
at
is a
Ben.
but I think Ben
But,
could be like Ben is thinking of his family, and 100%. I get
Ben
it.
is a family man, dude.
And you don't want to
he's
lose.
Really
and he
good at
loves
it.
his wife, and he's with her, and they're trying to build, and and he's a good chef. But I think he still loves comedy.
But
I
he
just
could
think
also
doesn't
just
wanna get-
answer the phone and talk to me for 5 fucking minutes, okay?
He probably wants you. He probably maybe his wife.
I'm a
goes
little
like,
mad
is
at
he pushing
Ben.
you for comedy.
No, but I was a little mad at Ben because I was reached out to him a bunch and he was busy. I get it, he's busy. But I was like, in my head, because I'm selfish, I was like, dude, you can't fucking like if one of my friends, if any one of you guys called me, I'd call you back. But if I was busy, whatever. But if you reached out to me a bunch of times, I'd be like, oh, this may be a little important or whatever. Let's see what they want. I would get back to you. At least get back to you.
Every
With a
time
text or anything.
every
I
time
didn't
I
get
te-
any response. I got like cold shoulder. And then typical like comedian, I was kind of being sarcastic, and he just had like a bad night the night before. He was like, dude, you don't get it. And I was like, oh, come on, man. Well, I'm just trying to be whatever. And then so I stopped by to see him, and then I reached out to him a couple more times, and like nothing back, right? I posted the post about this new setup, and he commented on the Facebook post, and I was just like, you fucking asshole.
Did you see him when you went to go see him? I've been supposed
Yes,
to go
I
look
did.
for him.
I
and
gave him a hug.
forgot.
I was like, hey, man, like, I didn't mean anything, but I was trying to be sarcastic. Like, he's like, I know. Like, we had a good talk. I ate some food there. Like, I've been by to support the place.
dude, I've texted Ben. I've texted Ben, and I just know it's almost like a layaway.
He's been super busy.
Because he doesn't take me like 3,
And he's
4 days,
all
and I
about
understand
his
that.
family. He's got 3 fucking kids. So
That's why
I
for
don't
my
get
birth-
that.
that's why I didn't-
I'm not mad at that. But I was also like, dude, we've had no correspondence for months, and you don't text or call or anything, but you comment on my Facebook post. I was like, you fucking asshole. And I wanted to say something sarcastic, but I was like, I'm better than that. But I almost like, it's petty, but I like don't want to like his comment just to be like, see, just so you know, I'm mad at you.
Wait a minute,
But I was
you
gonna
like-
call.
wait a
I was gonna
minute. You like-
basically.
Wait a minute. Do you like everybody's comment?
Do I
I
like,
try not to like any comments.
yeah, no.
Actually,
Generally,
I like some.
like if something's funny, but generally I just post.
You know
and
whose
just
comments
walk
I don't
away.
like? People who don't like my posts.
I don't-
then comments on it.
I don't post because I
I
want
comment.
people to like my posts. I post
Doesn't
because
make
I'm
no
like,
sense.
hey, I'm trying to
That
entertain
does not
you.
make no sense.
I'm
I
not-
want to know if I'm entertaining you. Me and Josh had to talk about this. Josh
Oh,
said,
fair
so,
enough, but it's-
so
but it's
Josh
also
said,
an ego thing.
Josh
Like, I
said,
don't need
No,
my
I'm very
ego to
ego.
be-
That's the thing. If
Oh, I have an ego. Yes, I want likes. I'm full of shit.
No, it's
but
not even
also,
that.
like,
It's not. No, it's not even that.
but I really, like,
Sometimes
I
I'll
try
put-
not to care.
Sometimes I'll put out stuff and it's joke that I'm working on, because I'll get rid of it.
Yeah.
As a because that's all I'm using.
Generally,
for.
it's not a joke I'm working on. It's
You
a
know,
stupid video.
exactly.
It's an idea. It's
No, I put up video, I put up memes,
Yeah.
but stuff that I write personally, it's myself. And if it's there for 20 minutes and nobody I'm like, well, I guess it's a bad joke. I take it down. And Josh said to me, fuck cares, man. I'm like, I care. I want to see if it works.
for me.
I'm not out there performing anymore. This is all I got right now, and I don't. And I would. The thing is, because where I
You
work,
like the feedback. You like the feedback.
exactly. The thing is, though, even if I get 5 or 2 laughs, I know it's a set joke, and that's it. I don't need 100.
5 people out of a room full of 20 is fucking 20% of the population. There's 300 million people in this country. Like, I'm sure enough people like your jokes if you get a big enough crowd. That's the way I
No,
always
if you
look
build
at
the
it.
audience, like, look at. Did you watch Andre? What's his name?
Eric Andre?
Eric Andre.
He's a fucking wild man.
Can't watch that.
It's interesting.
Actually,
I get a chuckle out of it.
Actually, I did watch it.
That's
and I'm
hard.
like, but
Like,
all I said to myself was
You can
like,
talk
it's not
shit,
for
dude.
me. I
You
said
can
it's
talk
not for
shit,
me.
but to be that wild on stage in front of people is not easy, dude. That's like some outrageous shit. You're being
That's his audience, though.
yeah.
You know,
well,
I
yeah.
can't.
Well, especially now.
I
he's
can't
got the
watch.
following from
So
the
I
show.
can't watch the Eric Andre show. First of all, since the time when I thought T.I. was going to shoot him, I couldn't watch it since then, because you can't really, the borderline gay stuff with T.I. is a bit different. I would think as
I don't
partially
know.
black.
I don't know
person.
the history of
what?
of the show or what you're talking about.
You never watched Eric Andre show?
No, why he was trying to get gay with Ti, and Ti was gonna shoot
He
him
did
on the show.
I thought he was gonna get shot.
Word.
Dude, so I can't watch Eric Andre show. It still comes on Adult Swim. That's what got him got his name out, because in Boston, and I know comics who knows him. I've been since performing there, I've known comics who have met him, who have worked with him, who are on who started out the same time with him. Even Ryan, who booked me at Knicks, started, they started when he was there. They never used to book him. Nobody used to book him because he used to like walk the place. People would leave. So what he did was like he had a show idea, and he spent the money and recorded himself the crazy thing, doing the pranks and doing
And then
that.
it got picked up.
He sold it to a bunch of people. Nobody wanted it. And then he walked into Comedy Central and says, please, whatever thing. But Comedy Central is known to just buy shit. Have you seen some shit that Comedy Central put up? It started very late at first, and then when people, it became a cult, and they put it earlier.
We tried filming a pilot for Comedy Central, and I thought it was hilarious.
Not Comedy Central, sorry. Adult Swim.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just after I moved back from New York, the friends I had made in New York, one of them was a writer, one wanted to be a producer, I wanted to be an actor. So the writer wrote the script, the other dude tried to put the shit together, and I went back to New York for 2 weeks on my own dime, didn't make any money doing this. We filmed this pilot, sent it into Comedy Central. I thought we were going to change the world, dude. I legitimately was like, this is going to fucking...
What was the show about?
Repair Muslim American relations. It's called Habibi, right? And it was based on my life, kind of, but also there's this falafel place around the corner from where we worked, and the owner of the place in the shop had like a room with a bed. So the idea was like, I was supposed to move to New York to do acting, live with my cousin. My cousin's girlfriend doesn't want me to stay there. I get turned away at the door when I show up with my luggage. Have to like end up in a cab. The cab driver, we start chatting it up, takes me to the falafel place, and I end up working and living at the falafel place.
Can I actually? And
I'm like instead of it being like the one, traditionally like an American sitcom, you got like the one fucking foreign dude's the funny guy, and he's the dude in amongst like this traditionally like waspy environment, like Taxi or whatever.
I know.
So they had a whole bunch of characters. But check it out. But I was the one white guy in the group of fucking Muslims, and I end up like falling for the owner's daughter who's Muslim, and it was a whole this like Americans and Muslims, like we can live together. That's how when we were discussing, I was like, dude, we're gonna fucking fix the world. We filmed the thing. Supposedly, it's hilarious. I have not seen a single minute of that footage. Because after I ended up coming back here. They edit it, put it together, send copies to Comedy Central. I'm like, hey, can I get my copy? Yeah, I mailed it to you. It's like, all right, did you get the address right? All right, I'll double check. I'll send you another copy. This happened a couple times. Long story short, dude, I've never fucking seen 1 minute. I cried in the shit we did. I did like Visine, wet my eyes, and did a scene where I like get emotional. Everyone's like, dude, they called me. They're like, we showed it to people who don't even know what the fuck this is. They were laughing their asses off. It's hilarious. I'm like, dude, we're going to get a Comedy Central show. Obviously, the pilot didn't get picked up, but it breaks my heart because I didn't even I fucking wasted 2 weeks of my life, my own money, didn't get to see a single fucking minute of this goddamn thing.
Up there for it. So it makes
and I can't get in contact with the guy. Anyway, if Comedy Central, if you fucking see this, look in your archives. There's it says Habibi on it. Habibi. Habibi means it's like a term of endearment, and they use it for like everything, like oh my boy or like oh my love or whatever. It's just Habibi means everything. Like oh Habibi.
So do you still think it's a great idea?
Yes, I really do.
I shouldn't have even asked you. You sound so passionate.
I thought it was a fucking awesome idea, dude. I still do. I thought it was great. Anyway, that's actually a perfect time. We're time wise. I'm looking. We're gonna wrap it up.
Yes, go man.
On this final segment, but this is how we wrap it up. Yeah, you are gonna whisper either one word or one phrase into my ear, and no matter what you say, I have to say it with a smile to the camera and a thumbs up.
I have to do this?
Yeah, you don't have to do it. It's a fucking
no.
thing.
Oh my God.
You can. I'm the one who has to
think.
say the fucked up thing. That's what's. It's kind of a tricky little thing because you could make me say some racist shit, or whatever.
Try to avoid
but everyone's gonna know it came from you.
I'm trying to avoid that. No, that's
I'm just. That's the whole point.
Trying to telepathically say nigger. No, I'm not.
No, I would not
You
say
see his
that
eyes
either.
turn, he's like, no, that's not what I'm doing.
He's looking for permission.
He's been trying very
When
hard.
I said something, dude, we could have said something racist against Jew. Like it could have. That's not what I was talking about. That's glad that you just took it there. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he brought it up. I was like, it can be racist.
No,
You were highlighted it.
I'm not like, hey, can you get like let's get juice. That's not what I meant.
Oh, now I can't.
Yeah,
say
just
it.
meant you could say no matter how
You know, you're
fucked
right,
up
right?
it is. I no matter how fucked up what you think of saying or
You think
of
I
having
already?
me say
You think
is-
I already forgot?
I
I
have to
forgot.
say
You
it.
told me earlier that you were, you could be a good salesman. I didn't forget that.
Yeah.
Trying to sell it. That's how that happened.
Fucking guy, dude. All right.
I don't even know what I'm gonna whisper to you. All right.
It doesn't. It can be anything. It's stupid. It's goofy, dude. It doesn't have to be serious. You could promote something. I don't know anything.
All
Which,
right.
oh, by the way, we're gonna have. I want to have your brother on. Jamie's brother's an artist as well. He raps. What's his rap? What's his name? Is
Nine
Nine?
NYENYE, and you can find him on
Nine.
Instagram. Yep.
Nice. Well, I want to have him on too.
underground.
But anyway,
Yeah.
Think of something, motherfucker.
Um.
Don't say it into the mic because
Oh.
you're gonna ruin the surprise. Just move that. Just. Do I have to sing it?
You can do whatever you want with it.
All right. I'm a little teacup, short and stout.
It's kind of suck, but yeah, let's go.
Should we do another take?
No.
We don't really edit. We don't really edit it. But
We're pretty good. We're pretty good. I'm
all right,
solid.
no.
That was pretty good.
That was good.
Are we finished?
Yes, we're finished.
Quality content.
Hey.